Chicago is a railroad hub and a critical part of the railroad network in the country.
500 freight trains each day come through the Chicago area with over 37,000 individual rail cars.
From an economic standpoint, about a quarter of our jobs touch freight in some way, are somehow related to the freight industry.
We have a stamping plant in Chicago Heights, and we're sending our stampings, which are your hoods, trunks, door panels, side panels, are coming up all day long and all night long, 7 days a week, to be assembled at the assembly operation at 130th and Torrance. If something disrupts that supply chain, then we lose production.
Without efficient rail service, you can't have efficient commerce. And that's an extremely important part, not only to UPS, but thousands of other businesses.
We're a real transportation hub in every respect, but it's also been a bottleneck. The Chicago region has been a bottleneck. It takes a lot of time for the trains to get through the Chicago region.
The casual observer can tell you what the problem is that you have a lot of rail systems coming into one location.
When things back up in Chicago, it's a national freight problem that just emanates throughout the U.S.
That, of course, makes Chicago and the CREATE project extremely important.
The CREATE project is, I think, one of the models for what public-private partnerships look like in this country. It's a partnership between the state, the city, and the private railroads and Metra to think about how we move freight more efficiently in and through this region.
That you have, if you want to say, competitors banded together working collectively with government to improve the overall rail infrastructure. And that's probably one of the most unique things about CREATE.
Part of that is our commuter rail network and the difficulty of having both commuter trains and cargo rail on the same tracks. So one of the things that CREATE has done, of course, is to try to separate the two.
The rail crossing projects, grade separation projects have all improved vehicular traffic flow, eliminating congestion, saving fuel.
The reasons that CREATE has not moved as quickly through its priority plan as I think everybody would like is the shortage of state resources.
CREATE must stay in place and be well funded and see its completion.
It's important that we move this forward. It's important that we get it done. It's important that we think about how to fund CREATE to its conclusion.
The rail network in Chicago is not only important to the region, it's important to the nation.
And the federal government needs to be a participant in funding CREATE. They have so far to a certain extent, but they need to continue that commitment as we try to finish up the projects.
There's nothing glamorous or sexy about freight, but it's critical. It's a critical part of our region's economic foundation.
And so we need to invest in making that system work better. At the end of the day, it's about jobs.